Could you talk us through the events of that day, the day of the alleged attack?
Sally, our daughter-in-law, had invited us to the local bistro opening. Geoff wasn't happy with what I was wearing. So he made me put on this dress. When we got back from the pub, he was in a bad mood. So he locked me in the house while he went and got some fish and chips. He knew I was starving. I hadn't eaten all day, but he just got some for himself to punish me.
And what happened next?
He got the bread knife and cut himself some bread. Then...
Take your time.
Then he started to make fun of me in the dress. That was when he told me he hadn't bought it for me, he'd bought it for another woman. I presume one of his escorts.
And how did you react to that?
I wasn't angry. I'd already guessed he'd used an escort, even though he tried to deny it. I was just upset that things had come to this. I took his arm. I tried to plead with him, but he stepped back, and I lost my balance, and I fell. So did his dinner, which of course made him even angrier. So I started to pick everything up.
And what did your husband do meanwhile?
He stood there, shouting at me, telling me I was pathetic. I was like a dog. Then he started to throw chips at me and telling me to fetch. He got more and more angry. He said it was not just one escort, it was lots. And that I had driven him to it.
And where was the bread knife at this point?
He was holding it.
And where were you both?
By this time, I was standing with my back against the worktop. He was facing me, quite close.
So would it have been possible for you to get away from him?
No, I would have had to have gone past him. And I was scared of the knife.
So what happened next?
He was shouting at me. He said I made his skin crawl. He couldn't bear being married to me. Then he suddenly lunged at me with the knife. I was terrified. I thought, this is it, he's going to stab me. He said, I should kill you, do the world a favor, something like that. And that is when I grabbed the nearest thing, the wine bottle, and I swung it at him. He was still standing there staring at me. And I panicked. Because I thought, this is it. He's going to be really mad now, and he's going to stab me. And that is when I must have struck out at him again. I don't remember. I just remember him falling, and the blood, and when I looked, there was a broken wine bottle in my hand.